In this lecture, we will learn the Mixer Brush tool. The Mixer Brush is an advanced brush tool we can use to create realistic kinds of painting effects. We can mix the colors of brush with the image and also can control the wetness and other parameters from the options bar. We can use it to capture an image part and use it as a creative stroke effect. It has two kinds of paint wells. The first one is simple color pickup. You can pick any single color from the color well and paint with it. We can use this color to mix with the image colors. The second one is like paint storage. We can pick an image part and use it as a brush on the image. Click on the current brush load swatch and select a color from the color well. Draw a straight horizontal line on the canvas. Now select another color from the color well. Set the wet option to 0 and draw a stroke on the previous one. It is a simple stroke. Now set the wet option to 100% and draw again on the right side. This time you will see that the brush is smudging the old stroke with new color on it. You can set the wet slider according to your choice to get the desired effect. The next option is load. 100% load means the brush will never get out of the color we have selected. Reducing it will dry out the brush quickly. Mix option controls the canvas color against the current color load. 0% means it will load colors from the brush. 100% means it will use the color from canvas. The wetness has an important role for mixing the colors on the canvas with the colors in the brush. Set it lower if you want less mixing of colors. Setting it lower is like less moisture in the brush. Higher wetness will increase the mixing. The flow works the same like we have seen in the transparency. Lesser value will create less pressure and apply lower pressure to the brush. Increase the pressure for faster results. Next options we already have seen with the normal brush tool. The button just beside the flow will activate the airbrush tool. Next to it is smoothing. To activate the slider, you need to first activate the smoothing option from the brush settings panel. We have the same options for smoothing here. The next will set the rotation of the brush. Sample all the layers will pick the colors from all the layers and not only from the current layer. The last option will force the brush to work according to the pen pressure. We have different combinations of presets given in the drop down here. You can try out the different options. Now let's pick an image part instead of a single color. First, set the brush size to cover the image part you want to pick. Now press and hold the Alt key and click on the image part. Create a new layer and just click on to check the current image swatch. You can reduce the brush size to reduce the stamp size. Now draw a stroke. You can see a nice 3D kind stroke effect you are getting. You can select different brush or set the other settings as well. Many options are available to add more effects to your brush, but few of the options are grayed out because it is not compatible with the Mixer Brush tool. Now open the current brush load swatch drop down. You will see two options to load and clean the brush. First, turn off the two options of auto loading and auto cleaning. Now from the drop down, clean the brush. This will clean the brush with no colors so that you can use the colors of the canvas. But remember that when you finish with the stroke, the brush will pick the colors from the last point you leave your mouse. To set it auto clean, turn on the second button besides the drop down. It will auto clean the brush every time you finish with the stroke. Now again, if you want to load the same swatch you picked last time, just select the load brush option. it will reload the last picked swatch. But after you finish the stroke, again the brush will be cleaned. To load the swatch automatically, turn on the auto load brush option. Now instead of picking colors from the color well, if you want to pick the color from the image itself, just select the third option of load solid colors only. Now press and hold the Alt key and pick the color. This time instead of picking the whole image area, it will pick the single color only. The mixer brush will give you an experience of painting with colors on real canvas. Go to the brush settings panel. In the transfer option, we have two settings for mixer brush only. Wetness jitter will add randomness to the brush moisture, and mix jitter will add randomness to picking colors from the brush color and canvas colors. Now let's talk about relative questions. What is the difference between the normal brush and mixer brush? The normal brush is used to paint a single color with all brush settings, whereas the mixer brush is specifically used to create realistic strokes as well as blend colors. Few of the brush settings are not compatible with it.